right.
Won't show up.
Should be right.
All right, so we're here with my buddy TJ. We recorded this, and we're doing it a second time.
Round 2, let's go, baby.
What is this? You're in, I forgot the year again.
It's a 95, 95 NA Miata, NA being the generation. It is also naturally aspirated at the moment. Future plans for boost eventually. We'll get there. But yeah, it's my little baby.
Sweet. What's done to it? I see a giant splitter and whatnot, but...
Yeah, so I guess, we could start with the exterior first. So all the aero on the car was built by myself, with the exception of the spoiler out back. But the splitter, the canards, the fender vent, and side skirt extensions were all built by myself. One of the other things that I added on, but I didn't build myself, I purchased these off of a buddy. These little rear canards, dive planes, whatever you want to call them. Got them off a buddy. They are replicas. He built, I think I want to say they're, God, I don't even want to mess up the name, but I can't remember what they're replicas of. Mm-hmm. But my buddy did hand make those out of fiberglass.
Nice.
Over fenders, those are plus 40 millimeters. New over fenders, NUE is the name of them. I got them from Rev9, I believe is the website I got them from. Took a while to get them, probably about 6 months. They came from Japan, which is pretty cool. They did require quite a bit of work, though. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Tons of work, body filler, trying to get the waves out. Way too many coats of primer. I can't tell you how many times I primed and sanded these over fenders to try to get them, pretty good. They came pretty good, but I wanted them to be even better.
Yeah, and you don't see any waves in it, which is great.
Yeah. When I originally got them, there was some pretty big waves here on where it kind of bubbles out. Mm-hmm. There was some waves here, and there was a ton of waves here where the cutout for the gas filler here.
And you don't see any of it.
But yeah, I got a lot of that straightened out. It took me way too long to do it. I mean, all the body work on this car was done by myself, fixing all the dents, getting them all smoothed out, things like that. The fender cut was done by myself as well. Try to relieve some of that pressure underneath that fender. Yeah, and I think it just looks cool.
The front fenders are OEM. You just pulled them?
Yeah, front fenders are OEM. They're rolled and pulled out just a little bit to try to fit that. That's a 15x9 zero offset Meister up front. And then we got a 15x10 zero offset out back.
Very cool.
So yeah, I mean,
and I like the look of the front. It makes it wide without being a wide body, and then the rears look pretty OEM plus.
Right. So that was the overall goal, was try to keep the natural body lines, that Mazda created. The body lines on these Mazdas, the FD and the Miata, the early gen stuff, just flawless in my opinion.
Yeah,
timeless. So I wanted to try to keep that, aesthetic while, giving it some girth out back and up front too. So got the over fenders on there, rolled and pulled the fronts, and looks pretty good. And
what's up with the headlights?
Headlights, these are, they're rough country 6-inch LED bars in the Sleepy Eye format. I took all the motors out and everything for weight savings, and to be honest, I don't really like the full pop-up look. It's just my style, my swagger on it, I guess. Inspired by the S13s but back in the day, with the lazy eyes and everything like that too. So.
And it looks good. It looks more aggressive, fits this style of build.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it aggressive because with those round pop-ups, they're just so playful and cute, you know what I mean? And then you get the opening of the front grille. It looks like a big smiley face.
Definitely.
So it's definitely cute, but I wanted to kind of go a little more aggressive, clearly, with the front end. So I did all that.
The hood, is it OEM or?
It's an OEM hood. It's got a fiberglass drop vent installed. I got this from Garage Star, who is no longer in business, RIP. But I managed to snag one of these just before they went out of business. Actually, my wife bought me this for Christmas.
Oh, that's very cool.
She bought me this for Christmas, and actually she bought me the steering wheel, the passenger bucket, and what else did she get me? Oh, and the mirrors, the carbon mirrors, the APR mirrors. So she's fully supportive of my ridiculous addiction.
That's awesome. That's always a huge thing, right? As you get older, and
especially when because I got 2 kids and everything, so
Exactly.
it's really awesome that she's kind of on my side with all this
Right.
nonsense.
and it's cool too because you share it with your kids. Like, if you look at your Instagram, you're always posting you and your kids, or you and the wife, and it's like they're playing with the car. And
They treat it like a jungle gym, and it's fun. It's stressful, but it's fun. I like to let them get in there and play around, pretend like they're driving, and
which is awesome.
make all the car noises and stuff.
That's how it
It's
should
fun.
be, right? They're gonna remember that forever.
Yeah, core memories, man.
And then what was this wing again?
That is a carbon Miata piece.
Oh, okay.
I think it's their GT Wing version 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the name of that.
Looks pretty
But
cool. I like it.
Carbon
It goes
Miata
well
built
with the
that.
car.
Oh, and the rear finish panel as well. That's a Garage Very replica I bought off of a buddy. And it required quite a bit of work too. It's fiberglass. And the corner was all chipped. It was like a big chunk out of this corner missing here. So I had to re-glass that and painted it gloss black to kind of break up the rear end here a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely does. And what taillights are those?
The taillights, here, I'll turn them on for you so you can kind of get a little feel for them. They're
I love
actually
those.
trailer taillights for just like a regular trailer that you pull behind a truck. My buddy, who I bought the finish panel off of, he had those, and they didn't quite fit, so I had to do some trimming around to make them fit in the bucket. But, I mean, I think it turned out pretty good. I love the halo aspect of it. I think it kind of modernizes it without going too crazy. And they are LED. All my exterior lights are LED. I converted everything over to LED, all the side markers and turn signals and all that jazz.
Very nice. And what cage is this? Do you know?
Yeah, that's a Hard Dog. I believe it's a Hard Dog M2 double diagonal. And then I had that paint match to match the faces of the Workmeisters.
Oh, yeah, it definitely does. And it looks really good.
Yeah, it pops in the sun. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the sparkle.
I love it. I love it.
And then what's up with the interior?
Interior, we've got Corbeau bucket seats, 2 of them, with their harness. Still need to order a passenger harness, but we'll get there eventually. Steering wheel is a Grip Royal unit. Love that thing. It's got the blue stitching that kind of matches the blue of the car. Love that. With NRG quick release. What else? We got the Rev 9, or not the Rev 9, I'm sorry. The Rev limiter gauges, custom gauges. And PBM hydraulic handbrake. And then that shifter knob is actually a camshaft out of I believe it's a Honda B series. So it's got some weight to it. It feels
Super
really
cool.
good. It looks cool in my opinion. It's like the super shiny purple,
Right.
just to kind of offset, just to accent some stuff here and there. The dash, my buddy, he actually custom made this dash. Well, not really custom made, but took an OEM dash. And there's originally a cutout for the airbag. So he went ahead and filled that in, bondled all that in, smoothed it out, and then flocked the dash for me. And that logo,
very cool.
That logo on there is a old school Mazda logo from like back in the World War era when they were making parts for all kinds of planes and stuff. I just thought it was a cool little throwback, kind of tie in the aggressiveness of all the other stuff here, and another little throwback here. Got that little piece from Carbon Miata.
Oh, that's
as
cool.
well.
I didn't even know that.
So it's a lesser known logo, but I just like it. I like the aggressiveness, the way it looks.
Yeah, very cool. And you want to pop the hood?
Absolutely.
Take a look at it?
Absolutely. All right. So, nothing too crazy going on under here. Just cleaned her up a lot. Did a full wire tuck on it. Anything that wasn't necessary to make it run and drive was thrown in the trash. So no AC, no power steering, no cruise control. All of the wiring has been gone through, and everything that wasn't necessary has been thrown out and deleted. And the fuse box has been moved in to the inside of the car, underneath the footwell. So it cleans up that whole area really nicely. But other than that, it's basically stock. It's got a custom intake, a full exhaust, a 4-to-1 header there. And then from the header back, it's actually a really old exhaust system my buddy built. It was on my first Miata. Shoot, this exhaust is probably it's got to be 15 years old at this point. I mean, it still sounds good, but if you look underneath there, I'm telling you, those welds are, they're not pretty. There's some exhaust leaks, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, once I go turbo, then I'll do a full, a nice exhaust. But I mean, it gets the job done. It sounds pretty cool. But yeah, it sounds nice.
Yeah, it definitely sounds great. And the little details, I mean, for OEM, or OEM Plus, I guess, it's super clean. I love how it's painted black on the bottom and then the custom cover and the hardware everywhere.
Yeah. So the same guy who painted the exterior of the car painted the valve cover and polished the intake for me as well.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so the only thing I didn't do on this car was actually lay down the actual color. So the color and the clear coat's pretty much the only thing that I haven't done on this car. Just didn't really trust myself with something, of that caliber, or however you want to say that. But I think he did a pretty good job at it. Came out pretty good. Still needs a cut and buff. There's some dust nibs in here and so on.
And so you did most of the work here in your garage?
Yeah.
And your garage is pretty cool. I mean, I'm just going to walk around it real quick.
No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all the work was done in this garage. I kind of made like a DIY paint booth in here. Sorry about the neighbor's dog. Hopefully he doesn't come up on camera.
That's all right. We like dogs here.
Yeah, just a little yapper. But all the work was done in this garage.
Very cool.
From the ground up, man. We've got some R Theory Motorsports bits in here, which is a smaller company, but they make some really cool stuff. This is a brake, kind of like a brake master cylinder brace. Okay. There's a lot of flex in the firewall, so they kind of brace that off there. Gives you a really good pedal feel.
What's the suspension on here?
It's a Megan Racing coilover, just their entry-level stuff, and it's also very old. These coils were on my old Miata. Very few miles on them, so I just transferred them on over here. Eventually, I'm going to upgrade, but they do the job for now. They're not bad.
Very nice.
Let's see what else. I've got the R Theory Motorsports lightweight pulleys here. I've got their water pump and alternator pulleys there. Just kind of jazz it up a little bit, saves a few grams of weight. Got the aluminum filler cap and the dipstick cap or handle from Carbon Miata. If you know Miatas, you know that that dipstick handle breaks every time. So I got a upgraded kind of aluminum one there to spice it up a little bit.
Very cool. Well, I appreciate you showing us that. We did a little photo shoot the other day.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was fun. Photos came out sick.
Thank you. So we'll have that posted, and then we'll have your Instagram and everything on the screen probably at the beginning. But
hell yeah, dude.
I appreciate it, but see you guys next time.
Take it easy, guys.
Later.